For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Newspin is the best. Listen up. Newspin is the best. Me say listen up massive. Newspin is the best, yeah. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show all across the world. Check the signal, it blaze up the airwave. Newspin on your radio, hear me now. Tune in the frequency, come along, Junior. Newspin a vice up the play. Newspin is the best. Listen to the masses. Newspin is the best. Knowledge must abound. Newspin is the best. Fancy mound knock a play way. Newspin is the best. Papa Bonje by team, all man. A crappy land all across the globe. Echoes of voices we join in hand. Harmony rising with the afternoon sun. Come along, Newspin has begun. Newspin is the best. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show in the world. The true facts about Sophia volcano, Sandy Beach, banana and Sneak Mango. Voices from the chat room, the capital Castries Hills. We feel you warm Caribbean breeze, teaching the truth, making hearts feel ease. Knowledge must open up every mind. Learn about your island home. We leave no one behind. Newspin on your radio. Pull up the volume, Joe. Newspin on your radio. Pull up your seats. Afternoon time. Newspin on your radio. Come along. Newspin on your radio. Let the message strong. me like me world with our hymns. Newspin is the best. Better than every talk show. The most conscious monitor talk show in the world.
We're still embarking upon a course of action aimed at addressing the issues that are of concern to you. So we continue that tradition right here on the most monitored talk show in the world. Newspin is on Power 97.9 FM, the Newspin Facebook page, as well as the Newspin YouTube channel. Please like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the Newspin channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. We're going up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Jean is here going through your comments in the chat rooms, and she'll be having some updates for us. And of course, I'll be taking your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. 716-2026. We go straight into our Newspin question of the day. And the Newspin question of the day, it reads, why aren't we considering the effects of the butchering of so many St. Lucian men? Why aren't we considering the effects of the butchering of so many of St. Lucia's men? What prompted me to ask that question? Got a WhatsApp message last evening, and the person said, Tim, good evening. My question to you and the nation. With all those killings, what would the future of St. Lucia be with little available men in this country? So that's the WhatsApp message that prompted me to pose that question to you. And this message is on the Newspin Facebook page. The question is, again, with all those killings, what would the future of St. Lucia be with little available men in this country? I know some people consider men to be dogs, but it's becoming an endangered species right here in St. Lucia. On a serious note, with so many killings, a lot of things we have to take into consideration. A lot of those men who are killed, they are fathers to several children. What will happen to those children within the next few years? They certainly need their fathers to give them that nurturing, that kind of guidance that only a man can provide. I think you'll have a lot of people that have to double up as being fathers and stepfathers and father figures. But those are issues that we need to seriously pay consideration to, because what we are likely to do ever so often is to look at things from a cursory standpoint. You know, what is visible to us, what we readily can identify, and what is impacting us immediately. But as far as long-term implications, we have a tendency not to pay attention to those things. So down the road, we'll have a situation where there'll be a lot of women, I guess, more women than men, because the ratio is already favoring more women. You have more women in St. Lucia than men. Life expectancy, I'm sure that within the next few years we'll see a drastic change in terms of women living a lot longer than our men. So those are issues that we no doubt will have to pay attention to. It will not impact us as we speak, but no doubt there are long-term implications. And what is the main reason why we have to also focus on this issue? The gun violence that definitely is taking its toll on so many families on the island. In the media report on it, we opine, we get calls, persons lamenting, and they make suggestions. Politicians, especially those in office, make excuses as to why they cannot bring crime under some level of control. But I think we have just resigned ourselves to living with that scourge. So recently we recorded 2 homicides within the space of a few days, and we have 2 reports to share with you back to back. Let's have that report by DBS's Miriam Motu. That report was filed last evening during the DBS News World.
3 individuals sustained gunshot injuries at Black Mallee Marshall on Saturday, 11th April. According to reports from the area, gunmen opened fire on a group of individuals near the entrance of the community. De Freitas Francois was among those shot but did not survive. His family did not want to speak with reporters. However, one of Francois' friends says he died innocently, claiming that Francois was not affiliated with any gang or involved in any illegal activity.
Calm, quiet person, somebody you could reason with, talk to, a brethren, a brother, cousin. Like, I'm not just an Irish person on the block and thing. But it just happened to be, well, boy, the wrong place at the wrong time. Because every morning that is our spot where we used to cool out and thing. You check it? And he wasn't somebody that in problem with anybody, just calm, quiet, open-hearted person and those kind of things. But what can I say? Things just happen at the wrong place at the wrong times.
Francois was a former goalkeeper in the Marshall Football League.
While kill an innocent person, whereas you don't find what you're looking for. That doesn't make any kind of sense. But my partner, open-hearted, just missed out on him. It was just Tuesday. We were together, cool out, we drink 1-2 and laughter. That is our spot. But at the end of the day, what is to be, everybody have their judgment. Because it's carelessness that's going on there. Not supposed to be happening. But if I come and look for somebody and I don't find, I don't open fire on innocent people. Because innocent people that die, 95% of people have been losing their life is by innocentness and those kind of things.
Francois is the second victim to lose his life at this exact location in less than a year. On Thursday, 18th July 2025, 52-year-old Sean O'Brien St. Bryce, better known as Sharpine, was killed in the same spot as Francois following a drive-by shooting at a street party. In that same incident, 15-year-old Kevin Ishmael was killed and 4 others injured. A Black Mallee resident describes the ongoing gun violence as traumatizing. She says she no longer feels safe in the community.
I cannot send my son in the shop. I cannot do anything without wanting to think if something going to happen when I'm there. So they really need to put the guns down. To see somebody lose their life like that, and just last month I lost my little cousin in Laclery to the same gun violence. It's, to me, it's frustrating and I'm getting tired of it. Real, I'm getting tired of it. They need to stop it. I can't blame the police, I cannot blame the government, but they know who to be blamed.
De Freitas Francois is the island's 22nd homicide victim. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoute reporting. The body of 50-year-old Lucas Edwin of Bel Air was discovered along the Durado Highway in Millet in the wee hours of Sunday, 12th April. Edwin was discovered with a gunshot wound to the frontal region of his head. He was pronounced dead on the scene by a medical practitioner. The family of the deceased says about 4 months ago, Edwin was driving home when gunmen opened fire on his vehicle, breaking his windscreen.
The last time he had come from work, he was passing in the flat. They shot, they think how many shot after him. His windshield, they break it. So after that finished, okay. They come, I don't know if it's them that do it, but they come in Bel, they say they want peace. Okay, that goes so. They was coming every event that Bel Air, you seen them around every time, every day. Just over a sudden, my uncle went to back higher. I don't know what's going wrong. They just kill him just like that, my uncle, like a dog.
The family says on the night of his killing, Edwin went to pick up his vehicle. However, the family says that they did not hear from him for a while, only to receive a call informing them that their loved one had been killed.
My brother was a very good person to me. I said nothing. I'll never hungry there and I'll stay hungry when my brother is there. Well, people will say sometimes I'll say my brother is a good person, but I'm telling you, I never knew my brother in any gang. Right? Never. My brother always going to work.
My uncle was a good fellow. always used to be there for me. My uncle was one of the best fellas. I could ask and I could get anything I want from him.
The family is calling for justice for the tragic death of their loved one. The island's homicide toll now stands at 23. On Monday, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre expressed condolences to all the families who were affected by the gun violence over the weekend.
This is of great concern to me, not only because it happened in my constituency, but due concern to me because it seems that we are continuing on a trend that is not necessary, on a trend that will not do us, nor to the country, any good. The government will continue to try to use all legal methods available.
The Prime Minister says that the government will continue investing in social programs with more crime prevention interventions to be announced in the upcoming policy statement. Police say the investigation into the death of Lucas Edwin is ongoing. A post-mortem is scheduled for a later date. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoute reporting.
Two reports there filed by DBS's Miriam Montoute, one on the killing of De Freitas Francois and the other the homicide of Lucas Edwin. So again, the island recording homicide after homicide. And, we continue to be very frustrated, alarmed and concerned, but as to finding some mechanism, some method to bring this under some level of control, we remain a country that definitely is helpless. We don't have it within us to address that particular scourge. The government does not have it within its parameters to deal with that particular problem. But again, I have been saying for a while now, it is all about leadership, because there are a number of countries that do not have to deal with those kind of issues. People don't like to hear it, but Singapore is one such nation. We are afraid to be innovative. We are afraid to be different. We are afraid, or we don't have it within us, to discover new things. And so after we've been grappling with this for so long now, and you have new people, new PSs in different ministries, you have new government ministers, you have a new prime minister, you would have expected they would come up with new methodologies to deal with old problems. But they are not doing that. What they are doing is just reinventing the wheel. They're not being creative. In any business environment, in most settings, for you to thrive, for you to succeed, you have to continue to change things, come up with new ideas. And that is how you make progress. That is how you ensure that you remain viable. That is what sustainability is all about. And I know that you are frustrated because for so many years now, you've been paying attention to what is happening around you in various communities, various hotspots, and definitely it is more of the same. I would hate to believe that we don't have it within us to deal with that particular challenge, because it remains a challenge, because it is proving to be insurmountable and we are not getting the better of it. So it remains a challenge, it remains a work in progress, and definitely we do not feel confident enough that this will be something of the past anytime soon. You remember that lethal kinetic strike in February, about 2 months ago, where it is being alleged that at least 2 or 3 people perished in a boat believed to be fishermen or fisherfolk. Among those would be, I am told, about 2 St. Lucians. The relatives have come forward to report that they have gone missing. We have seen the wreckage, and that has the wreckage of that boat went into the possession of the police, and since then we have not heard anything from the authorities. The police are not in a position to provide us with any answers or provide us with any explanation. The Prime Minister, who is also the National Security Minister, is none the wiser on this particular matter. All he says to the nation is that he has been told that of this particular incident which occurred in the waters between St. Lucia and St. Vincent. A former Prime Minister, King's Counsel, P.J. Patterson, has addressed that particular incident. And he did so on April the 1st while delivering the Norman Manley Distinguished Lecture over in Jamaica.
I ask the leaders of the Caribbean, how can we countenance silence when persons and vessels in the Caribbean Sea are summarily executed without anybody ever seeing a shred of evidence? When and how do we respond? Because our citizens are provided by their Constitution with a right to life and prohibition from arbitrary arrests or detention. But it takes courage to care and protect. I ask the leaders of the Caribbean, how can we countenance silence when persons and vessels in the Caribbean Sea are summarily executed without anybody ever seeing a shred of evidence? When and how do we respond? Because our citizens are provided by their Constitution with a right to life and prohibition from arbitrary arrests or detention. But it takes courage to care and protect.
And that is what our leaders are clearly lacking. Courage. You just heard there from King's Counsel, P.J. Patterson, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, delivering the Norman Manley Distinguished Lecture on April the 1st. Let's hear from you right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. As we say good afternoon to you, Shanti. Let's find out what is happening in the chat rooms.
Good afternoon, Tim. Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, "Good afternoon, Timothy. I have a problem with NHC and the housing minister. If you say tenants are owing, why would you send letters for everyone and not only those that are owing? The PM and the Minister of National Security have announced that his government will be announcing a policy statement on gun violence." Moving to Facebook, our first comment reads, "Kazumi said to multiply because the schools are empty. He refuses to see the picture, failed to see that there will be an entire generation missing because there are killings in the age groups of 17 to 35 years. Change the red flag to black now. We downplayed the situation for too long and now we are paying for it." We have another comment saying, "Only when someone gets killed in your constituency will you come out, PJP. PJP, remember you said you know where the crime is coming from. Only now, PJP, please give me a break." We have a few more comments here reading, "Wow, finally, PJP has a voice. It is crazy what is happening in our country. Philip has an idea. take the officers and send them to Singapore to pick up some information on how to help with the crime. We have another comment reading, Timothy, if they become creative, they will lose votes. It's all about politics. Tim, PJP is a continuing PM and not a new PM. Pretty soon, we will have to be importing outside labor. Too many of our youngsters are dying from violence. What can we do? Back to you, Tim.
Thanks so much, Jante, for that update. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Let's see there if we have a WhatsApp message to go through. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim, the people say that hanging won't solve issues, but what if we did public hanging? Let people see what it's like to be hanged. Might sound inhumane, but these killings are inhumane. Another WhatsApp message, and it reads, when will Castries be labeled as an escalated crime area like VA4 South? Shaking my head. Some more of your messages. It says that the government keeps doing the same thing over and over. Recruit new police officers, build new police stations, promotions, etc. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, how can you expect results? How do you call this? Someone answer. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. Another person says, a politician says he knows who is committing the crimes. Marsha, why was that information not passed to the police? Tim, I wonder. And we have some more of your comments. St. Lucia men need to stay home and do something constructive with their families instead of sitting on the block every day getting into mischief. And yet another comment. Encouraging women to have children in a society with a significant shortage of men is a complex issue. The idea that one man could have multiple partners and father numerous children is not only impractical but also raises concerns about the well-being and care of these children. The availability of sonogram machines is not a solution to this problem. Instead, women should be empowered to make their own decisions about having children without feeling pressured or coerced. Some more of your comments. Another person says there via WhatsApp, St. Lucia has 3 prime ministers in the government and they still can't get rid of a national security minister. More problems. What's next for Lucians? And some more of your comments. Let's see there. Somebody says there, I'm in from 11:30 until the sheds are closed until 1:30. So the person says, I'm on the wharf. They're closing for lunchtime. 1:30. Can someone call and provide some explanation? I think people have been complaining about this for some time now, when the ports are normally bustling with activity and the services of those individuals are needed. Another one says there, I for one am not bringing any child into St. Lucia. The reasons are the high cost of living and the lack of support for people like myself who cannot afford to raise children. It feels unfair, especially when I compare my minimal salary to that of ministers and officials who receive significantly higher salaries. Another WhatsApp message, and somebody says that, Tim, we have many Caribbean studies on men, masculinities, and crime. Are we drawing on these studies for policy and dialogue? Our crime-fighting approach has to be evidence and data-driven. Well, say that to the law enforcement personnel in St. Lucia. Say that also to our government. And definitely if they take whatever advice that you've issued there, because we ought to be existing in a modern society when you pay attention to stats, to the data, and on that basis you are likely to make an informed decision and take the right approach in terms of introducing or implementing policies that are workable, and those policies definitely that you can gauge their success or failure to determine whether you would have to make certain changes. Let's see if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there, Tim Awa, for y'all blocking Okay, I want to share this one with the wider audience. Another one says there, good day, Tim. Just wanted to bring to your attention that the food crisis for farmers is getting worse. Now they are facing an issue of wild pigs in areas like Millet, Monrepos, Dennery, and these pigs are destroying the farms. Here's hoping that the authorities and the farmers will be proactive to deal with that issue as soon as possible. We have a way of allowing things to linger and then get into panic mode. We have a call via the landline at 452-2979. Good afternoon to you. This is Newspin. You're on the air.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you.
Hi.
And your listeners.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
All over the world, PW on the line, Timothy. Timothy, yesterday you abruptly interrupted my contribution.
Yeah, caller, there are times when you just you just go on, and we have to move on. We have to take commercial breaks. Hold on, please. Hold on, caller. I don't want 5 minutes. I don't want to get into a quarrel with you, sir. I have to produce the program in. Hold on.
Yes.
I have to produce the program in real time, and if we have to take a break, sir, we have to take a break. Sometimes you watch television. There's a program that's on, and if the time is up to take a break, they take a break. All right?
But you could have been more polite to tell PW 60 seconds left. Like you tell
you didn't have 60 seconds left. You didn't have any seconds left. We had to move on. But anyway, caller, what do you have to say today? Anything new?
What I have to say is that I will go back to the contribution yesterday and to what P.J. Patterson said, the former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Timothy, when it comes to evidence. And I'm going back to the governor of the central bank, Timothy. When I heard he spoke, Timothy, he looked as if he is fully aware of the details of the MOU in the third-party refugee status. That's what I'm saying to you, Timothy. The Prime Minister hasn't come and said to us anything concerning that MOU. I am saying that the governor of the central bank spoke about, in these refugees, he can do with a plumber because they're short of plumbers in the Caribbean. I am only saying that what has happened to the technical and vocational schools in St. Lucia, what has happened to the plumbing curriculum and plumbing courses in the Caribbean. We do not need refugees, third-party refugees, to obtain skilled workers. If we want skilled workers, we can source them from Caribbean islands, and the government can make a strategic decision in sourcing skilled workers, but not something that is imposed on us by the Americans, telling us that if we go along with this MOU, and I know it, Timothy, this is something imposed on us and not our decisions that are being made, and that is what it is. We have to stand, Timothy, as a country, stand for our independence and sovereignty, and not let any outside powers to impose on us their will, just like what P.J. Patterson spoke about. There is no credible evidence, and the government of the Caribbean hasn't presented any evidence about what has happened to the fishermen that have been blown out of the sea. So you see, are we going down the road where we are whistling and saying to ourselves that, you know what happened? We are just implementing the American policy and not our policy. The governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is not working for the Americans. He's working for the Eastern Caribbean, which are the 9 islands that share the E dollar. This is what it is. And he needs to take this statement back and tell solutions and the Caribbean that we do not need third-party refugees for us to have skilled workers in the Caribbean. Timothy, I thank you.
Let's take another call this time via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon to you. This is Newspin, you're on the air.
Yes, Timothy. Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim. Yes, Tim. Last year, Tim, you know how many babies were born in St. Lucia last year? I did the research as I listened to your preamble, and it was 1,300 babies. Tim, you know how many people died at that same year, Tim? 1,500 people died. So you know we have a deficiency when it comes to our babies and whatnot. And the other aspect of that, Tim, I did another research. The NYC said by 2050, they will not have enough monies to pay for the elderly. In other words, they'll have more elderly people than people in the workforce actually working. You understand, Tim? So my problem is, Tim, with all what is happening, Tim, we have a situation where the Labour Party is selling our passport at a rapid rate, and our young people and our young men are dying at a rapid rate. And I'm giving you the statistics. Every time one homicide happens, Tim, and the police solve a crime, it's not just the person that died that we're losing, we're losing also the young man or woman that is going to go sit down at Borderley. That is one other person that is coming out of the workforce. So in other words, when they have one homicide, we lose about 3 to 4 people every single day for the past 5 to 6 years. You understand? So my problem is, Tim, what I want to just say in short, let us scrap that CIP program because too many of our people are dying. I call it a silent genocide. It's a silent genocide, right? So in other words, they will have more people that have passport holders than the native St. Lucians itself. Have a blessed one, Tim.
All right, thank you so much for calling. But if the authorities want the people of St. Lucia to produce or to have more babies, they must be given an incentive to do so. First of all, you must find out why people have decided that they do not want 2, 3, and 4, or 5, or 6 children. In some instances, you speak to certain individuals and they tell you they want no kids at all. They want no children at all. They're not interested in that because of the huge responsibility that comes with being a father or a mother. And they do not see themselves, particularly in this current environment of so many financial problems, being able to cope adequately. Because some people, I think, they take parenting seriously. As opposed to other individuals who believe that it's just their God-given right to give birth to as many children as possible, even though they are not even aware of how they're going to be taking care of their children. They don't care because some people say, the child is born, the child will eat. The child will survive. Okay, nothing about ensuring that the child has a good education, extracurricular activities for the child is healthy. A lot of people live a very carefree life. So the incentive must be provided to people who are concerned about how they will take care of their children if they give birth to 1 or 2 of those individuals. Now, Barbados, there's an example that we can follow, because the Barbados Republic Child Wealth Fund, it aims to provide every eligible child with a Barbados $5,000 investment at birth. And that is as part of the government's efforts to reduce inequality and build long-term financial security. And this initiative applies to every child born in Barbados on or after November the 30th, 2021. Why that date? And that is when Barbados became a republic. So, it's not a case of the chief medical officer, the education minister, or the prime minister saying to the people of St. Lucia, have more children. They don't have more children, it's for a particular reason. Give them the incentive to change their minds. 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. And let's see what somebody says there via WhatsApp. Somebody says there, is the person in the U.S. Can we have one? LOL. Trump will give us help. Hi to you, ma'am. We're watching the broadcast from the U.S. Let's see. Another WhatsApp message, and the person says there via WhatsApp, crime remains high because offenders face no consequences and become emboldened as these cases go unresolved. Some of the public don't trust the police. Those in authority need to focus on the crime hotspots in the country, increase police presence, but by not just responding after the crime, but addressing it with proper strategies. While bulletproof vests are important, we are in a digital age, so investment in digital tools which would help with surveillance to catch those criminals. They also need to strengthen their forensic capacity and court justice system. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon to you. This is Newspin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, Tim. Tim, the problem with having children population going, we don't know exactly which bracket men falling in now when a child is born. Because we have the she-man, you have the he-man, you have the D-man, you have all kind of bracket for men nowadays. So, and those that just going to jail, those that just not making any sense on the earth, they're just there. So the women right now have a problem getting a partner, So the women, a lot of them just turning around and fall into the women. So the population just going down and down and down and down, and that's where the creator might have to come in, because it is a mad world, Tim. It's a mad world now, Tim. It's really something that is very serious, and we have to analyze what's really going on with our people. Are they serious of what they're doing today on the creator earth? Because you're looking at, young men. I walk the street sometimes and I see the young men, the way they dress up. Trust me, Tim, you will fall for them if you are strong. They look like women. They dress better than the women. They're cleaner than the women. They're nicer than the women. They give the men everything that they want. So the men will fall. The young fellas will fall for that. So right now, there's a song that we have to sing about that. Which bracket you fall in. What category of manship that you have in you. Where you fall. Is it the D-man, the she-man, the he-man, or the gunman, or something, Tim? But it ain't good, Tim. It ain't looking good. Tim, another thing. You think America won that? Trump everyone. Tim, Trump know he lose that war, Tim. You understand?
I don't think, caller, in what is taking place now in the Middle East, I don't think we can clearly say that there's been any winner or any loser. I think globally, we are all losing out. Because already the International Monetary Fund is projecting that the global economy will grow by probably less than 2% for 2026. Less than 2%.
2%. But Tim, what they're saying about it, before it will be the next 10 months, for the country to stabilize, the world to stabilize again. In the next 10 months, that's if Iran decide to surrender or relax themselves, and the way it looked at him, when they decide to surrender or relax, Iran decide to fight head to head with America, and America know that. That's why Trump right now is actually, he's confused. He don't even know what to do. He's attacking the Pope. He's attacking all leaders that criticize him because he went in that alone. Britain tell you that is the worst president ever to come on this earth, the worst. Britain is telling you that is a mad world. The things that man doing. That man has destroyed us, Tim. And if we don't look at it, Tim, and we don't start to put things in our backyard, feed ourselves, get things together, Tim, we'll be the last to get oil, Some of the oil we have done by Bakaide, we have to try to save that, those send all out, Maybe all about two tanks for ourselves, Because the way things are going, Trump can't handle it anymore. He has actually surrendered to the fellas. And what Trump is telling us one thing, and the Iranis, we're not even hearing from them. They're just telling you that is what Iran say. That is what Iran. A few people come out and just say, well, what Trump is saying there is nothing like that went on with them. to Tim, we in deep trouble, Tim. Have a blessed afternoon.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Somebody says that Casimir needs to tell his government to ensure the rest of the people in the country, not just his fellow politicians, have money in their pockets and bank accounts. If he wants to see an increase in the birth rate, to take a page from his book and make endless children since they all can afford. Then a WhatsApp message, it says that the special prosecutor needs to investigate himself because no way you've been employed for so many years, clocking that kind of salary and have nothing to show for it. And to add insult to injury, SLP government renewed his contract. Corruption is a joke in this country and we do nothing about it. That's according to a WhatsApp message. No, but another person says, Tim, I want a child with Philip J. Pierre, providing his... All right. Not worth reading. Not worth sharing with you. Okay, let's see there if we have another WhatsApp message. And somebody says, I remember the Prime Minister said that a certain country have some oil stored somewhere in our country. Can he not buy it from them so the high cost of oil will not affect us? Thanks for reading. And another person, as we speak, there are some men and a school in Trozelle that are doing great work with their rainwater treatment, that they don't even use Wasco water. They need to call the Prime Minister and give him and Wasco good information on how to deal with our water crisis. Another person says, remember the Prime Minister said he will give a prize for the best information to deal with the water crisis. Well, not the best information, but he said the best story. And he made that offer to the reporters who attended that press conference, the press briefing. It was Monday of last week. Let's see if we have some more of your messages. Good day, Tim. The reason for the low birth rate is because the bus drivers are on a sex strike. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another person says there, please bear with me. The person says, all right, let's take a call. Pato is on the line. Good afternoon to you, Pato. This is Newspin. You are on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Timmy.
Hi, good afternoon to you, Pato. Jante.
My name is Shante.
Yeah, Jante.
All right, good afternoon, my girl. Yeah. Yeah. Hope all is well with you guys there.
Yes, we are
Timmy,
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good by the grace of God, holding on, okay? When I look at the situation around us, Timmy, with the birthing, it's not only who that can afford, you know. Now, before I go any further, I want to say we have a lot of good young people around. You understand?
Yes.
We're going to say everybody's bad. But when you get yourself into children, you cannot predict what will happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? To go through all what you're going through, all the struggles you have to go, whether you can afford or not, you know? And at the end of it, you don't know what the result will be. Who will because they can come from good house, where their parents can afford, and they can be in gang, they can turn to be criminals. And plus, those that are good can find themselves wrong place at wrong time and still get hurt, kill, you understand? And then where the pain comes to the same mother, you know? So it's better you do not have them than to lose them in any way negative. So there's a lot of plannings to do before people can say they will go into having more children. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
A lot of planning. It's not only those that can afford, you know, because when you look at the situation around us, the reality, let us look into it, you know. So the other thing I just want to touch on, crime itself, to me, the way I'm hearing things, and I'm not seeing things, but hearing things, committing a crime is not the problem today, you know. It's talking about the crime that becomes the problem. You understand? The criminals are doing it. They don't have a problem. But if you talk about what is happening, it becomes the problem. Talking about the crime, that is the problem today. So things will always be going the way it is going. Now, I'll touch another thing again with the young man, or I don't know his age, that is asking for help for his disabled child. I am asking him, it's better he just try to pray and pray that God will turn the hearts of those people that are in authority, change the heart of rock into a heart of flesh. Because the problem now, it has become worse. Just talking about the problem. Just talking about the problem is going through. You should have just shut up in your mouth and sleep in your bed in like that. That is what you get. Because they are talking about what they did for him, but he needs more than what they are doing for him. But as he speak up there, it becomes just like when Moses went to Pharaoh to free up the children of Israel. Every day he went there, Pharaoh make it harder for the children of Israel until God had to change Pharaoh's heart from a heart of rock into a heart of flesh. And if God don't intervene in his situation, trust me, it will take a while before he can get what he needs, the help that he needs, just by opening up his mouth. You're just supposed to sit down and take all what that comes your way, and that's what that have been provided to you, and don't say a word. That is what I had to say this afternoon.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your contribution with us on this, the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, some more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. We also have the Newspin, news of the day, and some more updates coming from Jante. Stay with us.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
Celebrate the extraordinary women in your life this Mother's Day at Bay Gardens Resorts. Join us on Sunday, May 11 for a day dedicated to honoring mom. Choose from 3 spectacular celebrations. Treat mom to the elegance of our Pretty in Petals event at Bay Gardens Marina Haven for EC $160 per person. Experience jazzy vibes and culinary excellence at our Jazzy Mother's Day brunch at the Bay Gardens Hotel and Inn. A perfect blend of entertainment and indulgence for EC $175 per person. Enjoy a toast to mom at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, an upscale afternoon tailored to your special lady for only EC $200 per person. Children ages 4 to 12 receive 50% off, and children under 4 are absolutely free. Book by May 4th and receive a 10% discount on your entire reservation. For reservations and for more details, contact us at 457-8045 or send us an email at marketing@baygardensresorts.com. Create cherished moments this Mother's Day at Bay Gardens Resorts.
What happens when the music is stripped down to the truth? On April 29th, First National Bank presents the Teddyson John Experience at the luxurious Royalton Resorts. Raw vocals, live music, real emotion, an intimate night where Teddyson John opens the heart of the music. Also from Trinidad and Tobago, featuring Nyla Blackman. From St. Lucia, Michael Robinson. I'm gonna make you mine. Herb Black. I'm so sorry. Umpa. And Ricky T. Sharing their stories behind the songs and connects with you up close. This is more than a concert. It's a feeling. Stripped, April 29th. Royalton Resorts, limited seats. One unforgettable night. It's definitely my type of night and my type of vibes.
Tickets for this event are $100 USD. Food and drinks inclusive. Ticket locations: Anthony's Jewelry, Castries and Baywalk, The Wave, and online, fourcirclestickets.com.
A newly renovated home is a special feeling, and lighting can be a big part of that. Like the LED seasonal lights many now use for energy saving and safety over the holidays. It's worth the effort to install LED lights everywhere, and you don't have to be an expert to change a bulb. Remember to turn off all lights when not in use. This includes LED lights. Saving energy is what's smart.
When me see
pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow hein. Si t'es la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pomme yo c'est Léo. Pomme ça c'est major. Ils bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pomme glo Léo under pour les nerfs, orange et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452-0763.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbute at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Don't wait for answers. If your doctor recommends an MRI, in health, every hour counts. At La Clinique de Corps, get advanced MRI scans from head to toe with no radiation and expert-reviewed reports by experienced radiologists that you can trust. Delivered the same day or within 24 hours. Right here in St. Lucia, serving the OECS. No travel, no delay. Call La Clinique de Corps at 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique de Corps, precise diagnosis, real solutions.
Experience the rhythm, feel the soul, embody the atmosphere where foundation transcends, set against the breathtaking beauty of Point Vierge, where lush cliff meets the ocean blue. Welcome to Jazz of Vierge 2026, presented by the First National Bank. It's an experience. Headline in the action: international reggae icon, Jam Messenger, Luciano. Joined by some of St. Lucia's top-notch musicians, Michelle, Michael Robinson,
So let's go pull up to my cup.
Level 4, all backed by the Impulse Band. Also featuring Rupert Lay Jazz Trio, 6 Mile, Cheryl Francis, St. Lucy's Steel Pan, and more. Regular tickets are $125, VIP $300 EC. Get your tickets at The Cell, Knights Gas Station, Miku, and Rose Madine. Online at 4circlestickets.com. Sunday, April 26th. The gates are open from 1 p.m. Showtime 3 p.m. Jazz of Vierge is powered by 4 Circles Tickets. Wear white and join us for an unforgettable experience.
If that Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy, you'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadhu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
So I don't care about a month about what they say about me on news. Sorry. I don't. I don't.
You have another headline?
You're on front page. You're on front page. You have a front page. I don't worry about these things. I don't. No, I didn't say that. I not quote what I said. I said what I said about in news. I did say it correctly. Don't misquote me. I did not say anything. I said in news. You heard me?
Midday or otherwise.
I didn't say that.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. If somebody says that via WhatsApp, Tim, making children is easy, fun, and cheap. But raising children is in this economy expensive and somewhat scary. In the community of La Guerre, Plateau, Babonneau, Bogi, Sangara, there are absolutely no spaces available for parents with small children. Not a slide or swing. Bonte recently got a kids park. That's wonderful. Let's hope that this is the beginning of a standard for all communities. We need public spaces for families, more specifically, spaces for families with small children. Another WhatsApp message, and it says there, a long one, it says, although I have a master's degree in advanced policing, I know a little about policing. I've taken some time to ask the women in my circle about why they are not making more children. Tim, I've also done some reading and research on the matter and studied some best practices. This is what I've come up with, and let this be Newspin's contribution to the birth rate issue. 1. Increase the maternity leave to 9 months. 2. Make NIC payments to mothers quick and hassle-free. 3. Provide government daycare services that start at 6:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekly. This provides employment opportunities as well. 4. Daycare should not close for summer and have long vacations. 5. Free milk and Pampers through the health centers weekly. 6. Monthly allowance of at least $300 a month until the child turns 16. 7. Free medical and school for all children from daycare until CXC. How can we afford this? CIP and the future benefits from an increased population paying taxes, as according to a WhatsApp message. We have a call via the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is Newspin. You're on the air.
Brother Poleon, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
And your guest. Tim, what is the purpose? I can ask you that there anyway. Somebody can tell me. What is the purpose of that cabinet press briefing?
Well, to update the reporters, and then the reporters will update you, caller, the citizens, on the things that are being done by the government in many areas.
Because I look at it as a comedian, you know. You have the Prime Minister laugh, and then those who are supposed to ask him pertinent question, especially with what we have there when it comes to the current situation. How we go, at least he's going to do something to reduce and that, and it's like a laugh there and laugh on the Prime. I don't know, but that thing does not, it really not making sense to me, that cabinet press briefing. I wouldn't mind if the Prime Minister was supposed to call a cabinet press briefing and discussing about the crime situation. Already, Tim, we have 24 homicides. Already.
Well, officially 23, and the figure is 23.
There was somebody who was injured and so come after. I didn't know
what we have from the police is 23.
But why didn't count those who are suffer from gunshot wound and later they die?
Yeah. But caller, with regard to the press briefings, what I want you to do, I'm giving you an assignment. Very often you guys like to give me an assignment. But I'm reversing the rule now. Compare what passes for our pre-cabinet press briefing in St. Lucia with what obtains in Trinidad and Tobago. So go on YouTube and see what's happening with regard to the press briefings, whether it's with Prime Minister Kamala Bisesa or with the Foreign Minister Sobers or other government ministers, and make a comparison.
Tim, the reason why I am saying that, I mean, I can challenge anybody. I have listened to press briefing from prime ministers and president, and then, you know, you have something of substance, something that is making sense. Sometimes some other journalists go very deep. They ask some serious questions to the leaders, and they get...
Well, the kind of questions now that are being posed, if you watch what is happening at those pre-cabinet press briefings, very often, and I know that some reporters are watching and listening to this broadcast right now as we speak, because sometimes they're hoping that, you know, something newsworthy will come out of the broadcast as it normally does, and they will take it and, you know, have it in a newscast. But what the reporters normally do is to pose a question to the Prime Minister regarding something that was said by the opposition. So the opposition made a particular point, a particular statement on a particular subject, as the Prime Minister to react to it. Then they go to a press conference of the opposition and say to the opposition, well, the Prime Minister said this, please react to it. No pointed questions are ever delivered to those people who are at the podium.
But what I'm Tim, you're quite right. But what I hope you get the sense of what I'm saying. Tim, in light of what is happening, because I listened to your caller earlier, and he's not the only person that have that sentiment. We have a war right now, which there was a little pause, you know. And now this morning when I listened to national news, I mean, if that trend continues, there is no end to what is going on. Because look, right now the U.S. want to create a blockade of their own in the Strait of Hormuz. The price of fuel will go by $200 a barrel, Tim. So these are the time, Tim, and I said it the last time. St. Lucia right now does not need a comedian. St. Lucia needs somebody that is serious right now. Somebody who known very well out there, that know how to address the situation, that can deal with this, and that would only try to see whether he can meet certain president or somebody overseas and have a credible discussion to see how we can get out of, I mean, if prices or something were to be increased, whether we can get a country that producing oil, we can start certain agreement to deal with. But we don't know, I mean, we have so many things that are important that I thought some of the reporters would have asked the Prime Minister than to laugh, and it's like that is becoming like that's a comedian thing. To me, that doesn't make sense. We have too many problems. Homicide, you said 23, number 24 is the Prime Minister who just stay there by the roadside and watching the homicide to climb, although somebody would say he doesn't have he cannot stop it, there's nothing he can do. But if you can't do nothing, why would the Prime Minister hold the position that he holds? Minister of National Security. And again, you have this type of idiotic position for one time a Minister of Crime Prevention. Now he's a Minister of what?
Conflict resolution.
You know, just tell the people of St. Lucia, the taxpayers, you want to give everybody a ministry to get a piece of the pie. You want everybody to be a minister. Say it clearly. Don't use the excuses. Conflict resolution, my foot. What would that man do to go to any resolution for anything? Right now, there by tomorrow, you will hear another homicide in Millet in those areas. It's right now. It's about 12 man. Eh? I mean, is this? Are we serious and just stay there and play game as though everything is so nice with us? And then every now and then we are reporting a homicide as though we become so friendly to killing right now. Are we acting a movie? When you take somebody's life, that person just cannot get that life until the Messiah decides will step on this planet Earth. I mean, things are really terrible, and I'm getting very. I mean, I'm just not like it. Those kind of press thing, and then you hear nothing constructive, almost like taking a jab at the opposition and laugh and play all this kind of nonsense. When we are in a crisis, this country is begging for serious and leaders that are versed, that know what is happening in the world, that can try to bring a change to reduce the rate of crime how it's going on there. Not this type of papi show I'm seeing there. Have a blessed day.
Good to sir. Thank you so much for calling. We have a notice to read to you right now, and it says there, temporary closure of the Police Complaints Commission. This body really existed. still exists. So many people have complaints about the police, and nothing is done. They get nowhere at all in terms of getting their concerns addressed, their complaints attended to, getting a resolution, but yet still. Temporary closure of the Police Complaints Commission. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force wishes to inform the general public that the Police Complaints Commission and Police Complaints Unit will be temporarily closed from Wednesday, 15th April 2026 until further notice. This closure is necessary to facilitate deep cleaning of the facility. The RSLPF apologizes for an inconvenience this temporary closure may cause and would like to thank the public for its understanding and cooperation. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. A call on the landline. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Tim, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Walker Ukile. Tim, moi te nou wa parler about mamay. Tim, moi te nou moun kouye la di ba si c'est la gay ou fon bagay bay mamay. C'est la gay.
Idi kom kwe la pani pièce place. Koti mamay sa ale, ek fami yo, ek jwe.
Ebe, moi même kadou. Moi ka wè tan bal komwen la. Moi ka wè do toi ti mamay ki l'école kon l'école fermée a massa sakibe. Nga wonyo, nga di zot ka gambe. Ot pa ka jwet kat la po yon sou wè yo. Et yon a lot ka babye po klo sa kwa di. Mi se tout sa wè ki fe nou kon saksi de vi yo a. De la yo la ka jwe, ek sa di gen, sa di pa gen, la men pon bagay ki ka fet. E maman pa la, papa pa la. Mon kaman depi se pièce souple, try bestly, pièce sa ka fe abay mamay bakatel ban, mwen souple. Mwen mese mamay la, men mamay la pa ka koute kwa moun. Mwen dou kon ekol feme ya, yo dwet pan bala. Tou von la poto moun sa para yo to avali. Mamay la ka grambe, mamay l'école. Ou quoi bon Dieu dit ça Tim? Bah te connaître ça, les mon lever ichouin. Ou ton dit Mr. Pierre souple, fait un bagay because j'aime pas tele men. Yo di yo men yo tout. Changer cette bagay là. Tiye yo ko because panil makoni bagay a. L'école te fermé longtemps. Ou quand on yo ko Bible study, yo ko différent yo pas tant ça mais actuellement pas ça encore. C'est gambe. So souple, moi just pass away, moi pass a point kouye yo, wonyo yo baka ten, yo ka si fe baji ba moi. Outan, so di Mr. Pierre souple, fon gamba yo. Thank you.
De mando, ki mane se Mr. Pierre voulait pour gada WhatsApp?
Mr. Liki a eri, a Liki ka stand, ou bon bagay bay mamay la.
Ok.
Mamay yo a to avay, se Liki pali yo ki sa a baka tel.
Oui, Liki MP.
Et puis si ba sa, puis je suis monté en champagne dit en meeting, dit champagne take over, parce qu'on est yo. Dit champagne moi dit fais travail ça là, travail là yo va di faire. Because ça sont bon rescue pour ces mamay là. Instead puis aller, moi quand on parle about, il y a un meeting tel côté par ici par là. Moi pas ça. Mais moi dit si tu es paniquant, dit champagne ça, pour champagne take care of the children. Because they need help, they need rescue.
Okay, ma'am. All right. I parle bien anglais et bien creole. They need help. They need to be rescued. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages. 2026. Good afternoon to you, Shanti. Let's find out what is happening in the chat rooms.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, PJP said, I am not a policeman, my father was. When they asked him about fighting crime, he has no strategy for fighting crime. I am all for increasing the birth rate, but taxpayers are already overtaxed. Another YouTube comment reading, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. It is a crazy world. Caller, the authorities refuse to tell St. Lucians how many passports they sold. Moving to Facebook, our first comment reads, after 20 homicides for the year, not a word of condolences to the families of the victims. One killed in Black Malay, now you're hearing his voice. We have another comment saying, we have many regional studies on Caribbean masculinities and crime. Are we reading, drawing from these studies? Our approach to crime must be evidence and data driven. When a government or its supporters try to silence the reporting of murders, they are not defending the country. They are defending an image. We have another comment here saying, I think PJP has forgotten about Viewford being listed as a crime-escalated area, hence he has not lifted it. PW does read too much international and or regional news. Go kill the pigs instead of killing human beings. We have a few more comments here reading, St. Lucia does not manufacture guns, so they are coming from overseas. St. Lucia needs stronger control of its borders. Make babies to see misery. Put the retirement age earlier so young people can enter the workforce. We have another comment reading, Tim, JM did nothing to reduce the crimes. Nothing. But he is given a job to resolve conflicts. Big joke. St. Lucia is facing extinction and the government has not done a feasible study to establish all of the contributing factors. Philip does not know the price of a pack of Pampers and a tin of milk. We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, the Labour government that has St. Lucia like that. All of those in higher authority with the big salaries, ask them how many children they have made. I'm good where I am. I am on the menopause right now. We have another comment saying, now Trump is depicting himself as Jesus. Save oil, but SLP did not want his. That person mad. You want a child with PJP? Another comment reading, a comedy show? Here the unprofessional journalists. So that is a joke now. The journalists clearly showed their favoritism here. No way we will ever get truth or real truth out of them. Sad affairs in St. Lucia. We have another comment saying, is this media personnel or buddies hanging out at a press conference? Are these people forgetting the fact that the value of our passport is not what it was in 2025? CIP monies are about to run dry. They are bought, so definitely jokers. They are his friends and don't care about the country. They only care about red. Very selfish. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks so much, Jante, for that update. Somebody says that having a child is not financially easy. Government should increase the maternity leave period. Provide food stamps for Pampers, milk and clothing. Also, a monthly stipend which can further assist in medical funding because a small salary cannot help cover daycare services too, above all other expenses already have. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. And somebody says there, a good afternoon. Most women don't want to have children because most men are giving so much stress to assist in taking care of the children. Plus, when you take them to family court, they only make the men pay $200. And sometimes the man has 2 or 3 children with that woman. How can $200 in this day assist a mother to take care of the children? There are some men with good jobs, and yet still the woman would have to beg them for assistance to take care of the child. Or they will say the child no does. So the government have to deal with the amount that they give women, because $200 not doing anything much for care of a child or children. There's even a policeman I know that has extra jobs and yet still gives nothing to his child. Another thing again, the men don't want to feed their children if the mother not giving them her body. The young ladies are seeing and learning what other mothers went through, so they don't want to have children. Thank you, Tim. Again, that's according to our WhatsApp message. Some more of your messages, and somebody says there via WhatsApp. Just bear with me. We have some long WhatsApp messages. Just trying to see if I could go through this one. It says there, the Prime Minister keeps preaching hate to the people, like he said, that it's not election time. What does he mean by that? So when it's election time, one can hate each other. Is that the right thing to say to your own people? Shaking my head. Okay, somebody says there, I can have another baby, Tim, but in Barbados with whomever is willing to go with me. Tim, what do you say? I will unpause, men. All right, let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says there, Good Day Team Solutions voted the UWP out because St. Jude's was not completed, but did they take it into consideration that COVID prevented materials being imported to St. Lucia? It was a worldwide pandemic. Well, now we have to deal with the war. Shaking my head. Another WhatsApp message. Mia Motley is giving monthly grants for new births. What St. Lucia is giving? No health care, no beds, no medication, no layette. Another one says there, greetings. Have children, like seriously, these ministers are the ones to go have children to pay for the country's debt. They're taking left, right and center. Not us, the poor of the poorest. We can't afford to buy a piece of land to build our homes, not to talk about travel for vacation with our families. We're not getting a fair salary. They're not getting us no assistance with our children. Talking about go make children. Troopston, tell the teachers go make calls. Some of them act like they wasn't a child. Ill-treating people, children in school and abusing their powers. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Still to come, we have the Newspin news of the day and what's happening in a particular Caribbean country as far as the provision of housing to its citizens.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true. With a mortgage built around you, tailored to make sure everything's smooth. 100% financing, it's true. Get a first wish mortgage, it's the best move. Get your mortgage now and fulfill your first wish. Just knowing that First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true.
Visit your First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com to apply for your first wish mortgage.
Are you suffering from kidney stones, leaking urine, also called urinary incontinence, or prostate problems? Don't wait. These problems don't fix themselves. At La Clinique du Corps, our internationally recognized urologist provides advanced urinary incontinence solutions and treats kidney stones and prostate conditions using modern technology to bring fast relief and real results. No more discomfort, no more uncertainty, just expert care you can trust. Call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950 today. La Clinique du Corps, where precision saves lives.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Stop paying full price. With Flow, you can slash your bill in half. You heard right. Cut your mobile bill in half when you add mobile to internet. That's the most reliable Wi-Fi at home. Plus, all the data you need on the go. So don't wait. Double your connection and double your value for half the price. Add mobile to internet today. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Bob and Dave were very proud to buy their mom a new energy-saving fridge with lots of smart settings. They remember the old ways of energy saving. Mom always said, "Close the fridge, you're wasting current." Smart advice then, smart advice now. Close the fridge, you're wasting current. Saving energy is what's smart.
Art in the City is back, rooted in culture, bold in expression. Brought to you by the Cultural Development Foundation. On Friday, April 17th, the celebration begins in Beaufort. Art in the Street at the New Market Complex from 10 a.m., followed by readings and rhythms at 7 p.m. On April 24th and 25th, indulge in the Icon Series, 4-course gala dinner at Sandals Grand, honoring culinary master Edward Chef Harry Joseph. On April 26th and 27th, theater lovers gather at Warehouse 11 for Don't Call Me Baby Doll, written and directed by Travis Weeks. Or head to the Caribbean Cinemas for screenings from the Jumpstart Film Project. From April 27th to May 16th, experience Life in Color, a visual arts exhibition at the Audi Showroom and Orange Grove Plaza, featuring works by St. Lucian master artists. On April 28th, the stage comes alive at Sandals Grand with 10 to 1, the Mighty Sparrow musical, produced by Raul Gibbons and directed by Louis McWilliams. On May 1st, journey to Ancillary for Fish Friday, an evening of storytelling with George Fish Alphonse and Kidel Sonny. May 2nd and 3rd, experience Triptych, directed by Kendall Hippolyte at Warehouse 11. On Monday 4th, feel the power of poetry at Voices of the Underground, featuring world-renowned dub poet Linton Kwesi Johnson. From May 5th to 7th, Artscape concerts pop up in unexpected spaces, dance, theater, music. And on May 7th and 8th, discover handcrafted treasures at T-Tax ABC, Craft and Souvenir Market. On the Rodney Bay Strip, Art in the City 2026, rooted in culture, bold in expression.
Super Jazz and Arts, that's the best community jazz event in St. Lucia.
You heard it. Now come to Super Jazz and Arts, the ultimate experience. Gramps Morgan. Voice. Montiel. DYB, Afar Alain, Esra the Fun Machine, Imran Nerdy, Reasons Orchestra, Boo Hinkson and the True Tones. Now on a Saturday, Saturday, May 2nd, doors open from 3 p.m. Get your tickets at $150 or indulge in the ultimate VIP Village experience for $400. Purchase at FourCircleTickets.com, the sale outlets island-wide, and the Soufre Foundation office. 9 incredible artists, 1 unforgettable night. And also join us for DJ Asuf, Creole Breakfast Fest, Sunday, May 3rd. Admission free. The ultimate weekend in the ultimate location. Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience.
A home is more than 4 walls and a roof. It is peace. It is stability. It is the foundation upon which children study, families gather, and dreams grow. To date, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration has provided well over 800 housing solutions with over 100 currently under construction and more about to start. And this year, 2026, several projects are nearing completion, with 19 in Stapleton Village, 12 in Gillard's Meadows, 10 in Otley's Village, 10 in Harry Phipps, 10 in Newton Ground, and an additional 10 in Sandy Point and Buckley's. We are building in all constituencies. We are not just building houses, we are building communities, block by block, hope by hope.
When was the last time we had a serious housing project in St. Lucia? When was the last time? Let us listen to the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis again. That's Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, delivering an address to the nation in his Twin Island Federation this morning at about 10 o'clock.
A home is more than four walls and a roof. It is peace. It is stability. It is the foundation upon which children study, families gather, and dreams grow. To date, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration has provided well over 800 housing solutions, with over 100 currently under construction and more about to start. And this year, 2026, several projects are nearing completion, with 19 in Stapleton Village, 12 in Gillard's Meadows, 10 in Otley's Village, 10 in Harry Phipps, 10 in Newton Ground, and an additional 10 in Sandy Point and Buckley's. We are building in all constituencies. We are not just building houses, we are building communities, block by block, hope by hope.
Don't wish to alarm you, but if you do not own your home currently, you have aspirations to own a home later, what do you think the chances of you achieving that goal any time soon? In St. Kitts and Nevis, this administration, 800 homes constructed, with a view to constructing another 100 homes. What are the indications in St. Lucia that will ever achieve that kind of goal in the case of us in this 238 square mile island? Is this something that our government is aspiring to achieve any time soon? And remember, this is not a new government. The government is into its second term of office. Is housing a priority for this St. Lucia Labour Party administration? Final update from you, Jante, and then we'll look at the Newspin news of the day.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, Kakal is making more sense than PJP and SLP because he understands that fighting crime requires a multi-sectoral approach, not more vehicles and jet skis. St. Lucia voted for the little black boy government and they are reaping the benefits now. Moving to Facebook, our first comment reads, stop making the men feed other men's children. Just now, y'all asked the government to provide y'all with condoms. Y'all just not easy. The country should make DNA compulsory. We have another comment here saying nothing will change unless St. Lucians stick to the streets. PJP and Kenton should be the ones to open the floor on making children. I suspect this lady knows champagne very well. We have a few more comments here reading. Tim, I want to publicly extend my condolences to the De Freitas for SWA family. Tim, we need a sperm bank in St. Lucia. And our final comment saying, the last time we had a housing project in St. Lucia was when they built those plywood houses in Castries. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much. Let me see if I could go through some of your WhatsApp messages. And somebody says there, Tim, I want to make a child with a minister. Which one is available? Another WhatsApp message, Tim, you should see those houses. Better than the food booths they're building in wood and passing off as houses. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. They speak of having more kids, but that goes alongside knowing your sexual health. There is too much sexual infections or too many sexual infections to note. Promote this as well. Another WhatsApp message, and it says there, Another thing is, as soon as our people reach 65 and ready to collect their pension, they die. So all their pension money stay with the government, and the family only gets $2,500. Why don't they pay the person's funeral expenses? And another person says that, Tim, in Canada, when babies are born or become permanent residents, if not born in Canada, the government gives the child a monthly benefit called child's allowance until 18 years old. Maybe the government of St. Lucia need to implement this policy. Then we may see more babies being born. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says that I agree with the young people who don't want any children. Bring children into this crazy world. And another person says the National Workers Union was going on with the Guardsmen St. Lucia negotiations. It's been 6 years now. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another one says, Tim, once you live in V4, do not expect to get it good. The people from down there can tell you. From 1979 to 2021, it was wood and stones for them. So the cows expect to get milk and honey. Another WhatsApp message. It says that, Tim, the reason why St. Lucians are not having a lot of children lies within the school. Before growing up, we went to school with a lot of pressure on our parents. The only time our parents used to pay anything is if we were going on a tour. Presently, every week, the school's asking for monies for something. Imagine you have to buy things, send it to the school, and give the children money to buy it back. Too much pressure coming from the schools. Sometimes I ask myself, if I wasn't working, feeling it hard, what about those who's not working and have more than one going to school? Let's see there. Another one says that, Tim, the special prosecutor has no cases. Labor did not give him any. He was just put there as a show. One more WhatsApp message. Side note, with everything that's happening with crime on boats being bombed, I saw a warship with endless Pearl Harbor looking fellas in Castries. What is the mission there? I'm asking for a friend. Okay, we have the warship is there. It's from Taiwan, and they're currently on a visit to St. Lucia. I think they should be leaving port either tomorrow or on Thursday of this week. Nothing to scare you. Another WhatsApp message. This text comes from a grateful heart. As of yesterday, it was 3 weeks and we had no water in Bocash. But I'm happy to report that as of last evening, you afforded me an opportunity to share my marginalized voice via text read by you on the most monitored program in the world, and it brought forth fruit. Thanks, Tim, and your team. Okay, you're welcome. Another WhatsApp message. I am convinced that the last election was stolen and that they could have taken Allen's seat as well. However, they recognize that Allen has good ideas and knows how to move the goalpost, so they left him there so he can criticize them and they can get ideas. What do you think? They are so upset when he doesn't speak in Parliament. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see there. Another WhatsApp message. Okay, I thought it was a WhatsApp message, but it isn't. Let me turn my attention finally to the Newspin News of the Day. The Newspin News of the Day reads, Pope Leo says he does not fear Trump after attack over Iran peace appeal. Pope Leo says he does not fear Trump after attack over Iran peace appeal. As a broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the Newspin channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.